Hi, very good morning. Mr. Lim Chuan Po, Chairman of ST Logistics, Mr. Loganathan, CEO, Mr. Fahmi, my parliamentary colleague, as well as ES of SCEU, management partners, sisters and brothers of the union. I see some familiar faces and also see very unfamiliar faces. But anyway, I hope you have a good morning. I must say that I had a very late night last night, so when I woke up this morning, I kind of infused myself with caffeine, with a lot of coffee, but I was still quite lethargic until this morning when the IT percussion program, my blood circulation went all over the place. So I think we should all start work with a percussion group like this every day, So I think our energy will be propped up. But great credit to the team for the performance. I'm very happy to be invited back. I recall last year we were at the Toh City, right? And I was very impressed with the marquee and the tentage that you put up for a learning festival together with SCEU. And also last year, I remember signing the first collective agreement between SCEU and ST-Log, as well as the appointment of Queen Bee by SSG. So it's good to be back a year later. Of course, the risk for the company is that if you invite me back, I'm tracking your progress, see whether there's any progress made since last year. But I'm very happy that, of course, ST-Log has been always at the forefront, not only just to transform itself in the business, to develop the workforce, but also as a very enlightened, progressive company that brings along partners, bring along the entire industry to make sure we stay at the forefront. So I'm going to share 3 quick points. The first point I want to highlight is that actually the logistic industry continues to be a critical industry in Singapore's economy. I don't think I need to say anything more than that. Many of the management partners here are in the industry. You know how critical and how important it is. At the same time, I think it's also one of the more underrated industry. I mean, you just ask yourself, when you have dinner with friends, do you talk about logistics now? Probably not, right? You talk about football, you talk about things that are happening, but seldom we talk about logistics. But at the same time, I think we all cannot dispute the fact that when you sit around a dinner table, almost everything on the table has to rely on logistics to happen. So it is critical, not just for the individual, but for Singapore. I think we know how important it is. Continue to be a big engine of growth for Singapore's economy. 7.4%, if I remember correctly, from EDB stats last year to our GDP, and it creates over 200,000 jobs. That is not insignificant. So it is important, and we will need to continue to work very hard. And here I want to thank all the logistics and supply chain company management partners for your hard work in bringing Singapore to where we are today. And I'm happy to share a particular achievements that Singapore have made in the logistics performance index by the World Bank. For those of you who are aware, 2023 we were ranked number 1 after many years. So it is really not a small feat. It is not by chance. It is through the hard work of all our logistic professionals and companies in Singapore. And I think here we should give yourselves a huge round of applause for their achievement. But I think we all know the logistics sector undergo tremendous challenges as well. Well, in Singapore, particularly labor challenges, cost of logistics, supply chain, green transition. I'm sure you are looking at these areas, the advent of technologies and AI. These are all challenges, but yet at the same time, I think there are great opportunities that we need to seize. And we can see that many of the logistic firms has already seized on some of these technology and AI opportunities. And they base themselves here in Singapore because of the great infrastructure, the great connectivity, but most important is the supply chain competencies that exist within the system and of course within the workforce. So that's something that we should not underestimate, the importance for the progress and the success of the supply chain in Singapore. I also want to mention that, even as the sector transforms and evolves, I think one of the key essence of the ability to keep up with this technology and AI is to make sure we continue to invest in our workforce. And CEO has highlighted quite a fair bit on it. Across the sector, we need to ensure that our workforce are equipped with the right skill sets. And in turn, when they have the right skill sets, they can be innovative, they can be more productive, and as a result, the company can have better business outcome and also do well together as an industry. So I think this is almost a vicious cycle where, the company invests in the workers, recognize the skill sets, and the workers in turn increase productivity, innovation, and help with the business outcome. So this is my first point about the industry, to talk about how important it is for Singapore. My second point is about ST Logistics, and want to commend and acknowledge the hard work that ST Logistics has put in, not just only in the business transformation, but more importantly in the workforce transformation. Right? A lot of companies talk about how important employees are to the company, but not a lot of companies have the ability or have the vision to put in place many of the structures, processes, and schemes to ensure that the workforce is systematically developed over time. And I remember last year I heard about the skills credit or skills allowance scheme that ST Logistics has implemented. At that time, I remember the adoption was about 75%. So again, progress checking. Today, CEO mentioned 90% has benefited. So there is progress in the company. And this remains one of the schemes that I have been citing whenever I visit any sectors. When I talk about how do I ensure that our workforce are upskilled, they are motivated to go for courses. So they say that, when I give them time, they also don't want to go for courses. I tell them to upgrade AI, they also don't want to go. What can I do? Then I cite ST Logistics. You should recognize the skill sets. Don't just ask them to go for upgrading. When they come back with the skill sets, what do? Right? You either increase their salary, or you give them some kind of recognition, or you give them a higher level job so that their skills are put into practice. And this, in fact, in our NTUC dialogue last year, was one of the key feedback. One of the inhibitors of why workers are reluctant to go and upgrade is because they feel that even if they go for courses, their skills are not quite recognized. So I must say that ST Logistics has been quite progressive in the ability to continue to recognize the skill sets of the workers through very tangible schemes that motivates the workers to go for upgrade. So that's something that I hope that many companies will also take dressing and continue to use some of these schemes to recognize and motivate our workers. I also want to commend ST Logistics for your foresight in not just upgrading your current set of workers, but also investing in your future generations of supply chain professionals. And here today, of course, we are going to witness the signing of the MOU between ST Log and ITE as well as SIT. And this is a very important testament to your commitment to invest in the future generations, right? Ensuring that our young people have an opportunity and have the ability to embark on the profession and the career in the supply chain and the logistics sector, and through very tangible commitment to ensure that we support them in their education and their career pathway. So I just want to thank ST Log for that. CEO also mentioned about your Queen Bee effort. Mitra Famosa International Private Limited is one of the companies that have come on board and benefited from all the good work that you've done to drive business outcome and better success in your business. My last point, probably just as important as my first and second, is that NTUC will continue to support ST Logistics and the logistics sector in your journey of transformation. As a nation, we have to work very closely. We are a small economy, we are a small country. We have to share our resources, and here I want to assure you that NTUC will be your partner in not just ensuring our workers are taken care of, but we always believe in the spirit of tripartism that when the company do well, the employees will benefit. So we want to partner you. And I was also, again, tracking on progress that I know that ST Logistics have already 100% membership. So thank you for partnering and giving your faith in the SCEU, the Logistics Supply Chain Employees Union, to ensure we foster a fair and supportive workplace environment for all our employees. I'm also glad that ST Logistics have embarked on the Company Training Committee, or the CTC initiative. This is an initiative that was started about 5 years ago by NTUC to support management partners, businesses in your business transformation. So there is a CTC grant that is in place. If you are interested, I think the SCEU staff will be happy to discuss more with you. And I was just telling CEO ST-Log that maybe more than just being a queen bee for SSG, we may want to interest you to be a queen bee for CTC as well at some point in time. So you'll be a queen bee for many, many things. Huh? But it shows the extent of your network and your commitment to bring the industry along. And that's what we want in all our partnership programs as well. And finally, I want to encourage everybody here to continue to partner NTUC, whether through the CTC initiative, through the union, and also through E2I, which is a center of excellence for job placements, job redesign, and career conversion programs, and so on, as well as Learning Hub. I think my CEO for Learning Hub is also here. Do approach them if you have any interest in either upskilling or even manpower solution for your companies as well. So as an organization, as a movement, we are committed to ensure that we support the logistics sector, and we'll be happy to work with you. So today's Learning Festival is a very important one, and advancing supply chain digitally is an important topic that I think many companies are talking about. I'm glad that the ST-Log and SCEU can come together to do that. And I think having a former chairman of A-Star as a chairman now, ST-Log, will be a very good plus to ensure that the ST-Log continue to scale new heights as far as AI technology is concerned. So on the last note, CEO ST-Log has a quote from the African Proverbs. I don't have a quote from African Proverbs, but I have, in the presence of many military people that I'm familiar with here, I have a quote from the army for you. And the quote is also quite kind of embedded by and embodied by what ST-Log and ST-Log is trying to do for its employee. You know, in the army, we always say that if you look after the soldiers, they'll take care of your mission. So likewise in the company, if you look after your employees, they will look after your business. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have a good day.
Thank you, Deputy Secretary.